Let's close the eyes and we'll find a very comfortable sitting posture. And keep the spine upright, nice and tall, vertical spine, head, neck, and the spinal column nicely aligned. Let's gently pull the head up, tailbone down. Feel that subtle lengthening of the spine. Nice alignment of the head, neck, and the trunk, and make adjustments if you need to. So you feel very naturally relaxed. We'll allow the hands to find a very nice, comfortable resting position on the body. Do a few movements with the shoulders to again loosen up the shoulders, become more aware of these different muscles, muscle groups. Lift them up, roll them backwards and down, lift them up, forward and down. Let's do a few of these movements. And you roll the shoulders back and then allow them to hang loose. Very comfortable arms and shoulders. Let's do a few movements with the neck. Yes or no, yes and no kind of movements, up and down, side to side, circles, half circle, any random movement. Finally, let's bring the head back to the center, chin just slightly below the horizontal level. Very comfortable neck, shoulders. And keep the facial muscles soft. Relax the jaws. Now begin to watch your breath as you breathe in and out. Observe the flow at the tip of the nose. Allow the breath to flow very naturally in and out. No effort to modify or control your breath. And to enhance the breath awareness, just simply follow the flow and become aware of the subtle cooling sensation in the nostrils when you inhale, subtle warmth when you exhale. We'll recite Om 3 times. Inhale. Om. Open the eyes softly. Namaste, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this is day number 13. Number 13 of the short, brief journey together, and the journey continues on lifelong. Hopefully. Okay. Let's get ready with the eye exercise. And create that simple rectangle movement with the eyes today. Keep the head in the center, spine up. Look up to the top left corner of the eyes. Move the eyes all the way down to the bottom left, across the bottom right, up to the top right, and back. Straight line movements, creating a box-like or a rectangle movement. I will give a brief pause at each of the four corners so we can make an effort to stretch the eyes a little more there. Stretching without causing any strain. Keeping the movements nice and smooth. Next time you bring the eyes to the top left, pause briefly, and reverse the movement. So go across to the top right, down to the bottom right, and across the bottom left and up. Same movement in the other direction, straight lines, stretching the eyes at the four corners, exercising the muscle in the eyes. Next time, bring the eyes to the top left. Pause there briefly, then bring the eyes to the center. Close the eyes and we'll rub the palms. Cover the eyes softly with the palms. Softly, we are not pressing against the eyes, just like making a cup over the eyes. Rub the eyelids, eyebrows. Little massage around the eyes. And just softening the muscles in these areas. And finally, release the hands down and softly again open the eyes. So we've been focusing on different parts of the body. Yesterday we did the quads, before that we did the hamstrings. So today we work on the knees. Okay? You have to be careful. Okay. So Tanu is here. Good morning, Tanu. Tanu, are you comfortable doing the
Namaste, Subhashi.
hello, namaste. Are you comfortable doing the full Matsyendra today?
Yes, I can try. Yeah,
Okay, we'll do that when we get to that spot. And
sure.
you're able to stay till about 7:15, you said, or low more.
Yes. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, more is fine.
Okay, you're okay today. All right. All right, very, very good. All right, let's come up onto the hands and knees. Hands are under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Spread the fingers wide, nice and flat palms. As you inhale, head up. tailbone up. Dip the navel down and look up. As you exhale, round the spine. You're going to lower the chin down, lift the navel up, tailbone tucked in. Few more of these movements. Gentle movements, very nice, and just loosening up the spine, head, neck. As you finish the next exhalation, let the spine back to the neutral position briefly. And again, just loosening up the hips. So drop both the hips to the right side of the body, as far down as close to the floor as you can, and then look over the left shoulder. You're not moving the buttocks back and forth, just where they are in the neutral position. Just drop them to the side. And come back to the center. Pause. The other side now. Drop them to the other side and look over the opposite shoulder. And let's come back. And sit down in the Vajrasana or any other asana for Kapalabhati. So let's get ready. Kapalabhati. You will keep the speed at 80 breaths per minute. The final sequence now, we will exhale completely and then apply the full sequence of the three bandhas. And done with the whole sequence, just natural rhythm of breathing. Sit down, with the legs stretched in front. Begin with a very gentle knee rotation. Let's start with the right leg. Lift the knee up and then hold the back of the thigh, the knee up, and then bring the knee close to the chest. And we'll create big circles at the knee joint, big circle. So kind of try and stretch the leg in every direction. We create a nice large circle with the knee rotation. Pause. Reverse the direction now. Nice big circle in every direction. Pause here. Stretch the leg straight and lift it up. So the thigh is pushing the hands away, and the hands are bringing the leg in closer to you. And then release. Just bounce the knees a few times. That feel okay for you, Sanjay?
Yeah.
You're okay with that? Right?
Just my knees were making the crackling sound. Like,
But you're okay.
hey,
Okay, let's do the other leg now. Knee up, bring the knee close to the chest, hold the back of the thigh, circles. Big circle, so stretching the leg in every direction. Pause here and reverse. Pause and stretch the leg straight. Push the thigh against the hands. So push the hands away with the thighs, and then they use the hands to bring the leg in close to you. Point the toes back, push the heel away. Deepen the stretch. And then release. Bounce the knees a couple of times. Pause. We're standing position for Surya Namaskar. Up. Push the top of the mat. Together. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, arm in front, up and back. So pull the hands up, away toward the ceiling, and push the arms back behind the ears. Comfortable look up at the hands. And exhale, bend forward. Keep the hands pulled away, arms against the ears initially. Finally, drop the hands. Drop the hands close to the toes. Bend the knees, palms down, alongside the feet, left foot back. Knee down, buttocks down, chest up. Right foot back. Downward facing dog. 50. Buttocks up. Press the heels down. Look at your knees or your feet. Just with the knees down and then the chest and chin to the floor. Ashtanga Mudra. Lower the abdomen, head up, chest up. Palms off the floor, legs off the floor. Point the toes back, lift the knees higher if you can. Lift the chest up as well. Lift the palms down and go back to the downward facing dog. Head up, left foot forward. Bring it up to between the palms. Foot forward. Legs are straight. If comfortable, drop the chest when you exhale. Lift the arms in front against the ears, L shape. Pull the hands away, push the buttocks back. Nice lengthening of the spine. And as you inhale, stretch out. Up and back. Look up. And exhale, straighten up and release now. Feet together. Exhale, palms together. The arms to the side this time as you inhale. Up and back. Pull the hands up, push the arms back, and then press the feet firmly to the ground. Press the feet down, tighten the thighs. Push the thighs forward. Pull the hands away so arms are straight, legs are straight. Push the arms back. And then as you exhale, bend over. Swing the hands behind the back. Interlock the fingers. Keep the shoulders nicely rolled back. As you inhale, pull the hands away toward the ceiling. As you exhale, drop the chest to close the gap with the thighs. Let's release the hands. Bend the knees. Palms down alongside the feet. Right foot back. Let's come up. We'll do this dynamic combination of warrior 1 and 2. Starting with warrior 1. So keep the right leg straight, right foot flat. Front knee is bent, knee vertically above the ankle. As you inhale, raise the arms up. Pull the hands up and back. As you exhale, lower the buttocks down. No, stay there. Lower the buttocks down as you exhale with the breath. Now with the next inhale, warrior 2. Inhale, warrior 2. So your arms are horizontal. Look over the left shoulder. Exhale, buttocks a little more down. Deepen the stretch. One more. Inhale, go back to warrior 1. Pull the hands up and back. Exhale, buttocks down, right there. Inhale again, warrior 2. Exhale, buttocks down. One more breath here. Inhale, pull the hands away. Exhale, buttocks down. And then release the hands. You're going to turn the toes and point the toes to the two corners of the mat. Okay. From here, with the left hand on the thigh, and start lowering the buttocks so that the left hip comes very close to the left heel. So keep lowering the left hip down and bring it as close to the left heel as you can. Keep the torso upright. You're not bending forward or sideways. Torso is still upright and vertical. But the effort is to bring the left hip close to the left heel. And now to deepen the stretch, we're going to join the palms together and then continue the effort to bring the left hip closer down to the left heel. And you can feel a very nice stretch on the left knee. And then release. Bend the knee, palms down, left foot back. Downward facing dog. Push the heels down, thighs backwards, buttocks up. When you push the thighs back, you feel a subtle flattening of the armpits, which might even lower the forehead down, deepen the experience of this stretch now. Elbows straight, legs straight, heels pushing down. Bring the knees to the floor, buttocks back, child pose. Allow the buttocks to rest on the heels and forehead on the floor. And then walk your hands away in front. We'll keep the hands where they are and forehead down closer to the floor, and then smoothly slide forward. Get into the cobra. Chest up, navel is still down. Keep the shoulders rolled back and look up. Elbows are tucked in, very close to the body. Bhujangasana, cobra. Let's go back to the downward facing dog. Let's lift the head up and bring the right foot forward between the palms. Get ready for warrior 1, 2. Warrior 1 and 2 combination dynamically with the breath. Again, the left leg is straight, foot flat, right knee vertically above the ankle. Inhale. Raise the arms up. Pull them up and backwards. Exhale, lower the buttocks down. Deepen the stretch. Inhale, warrior 2. Sideways now, completely parallel to the side wall. Pull the hands away. As you inhale, the buttocks, heels, and the knees should be all in one line. Try not to bring the knee inwards. Keep it straight. Exhale, buttocks down further. Inhale, go back to warrior 1. Pull the hands up and backwards. Exhale, lower the buttocks down. Push them forward. Again, inhale, warrior 2. Look over the right shoulder. Exhale, buttocks down. One more breath. Inhale, pull the hands away. Exhale, buttocks down. And then release now. Hands down. Turn the toes. Both the toes are pointed to the corner of the mat. Keep the torso straight and vertical. Bend the right knee and make an effort to bring the right hip as close to the right heel as you can get. Very close to the right heel. So keep lowering the right hip down as much as you can. Deepening our stretch on the right knee. And then deepen the stretch further. Release the hands and join them together. Prayer position. And still continue to make the effort. Lower the right hip down. Close the gap between the right hip and the right heel. And then come back. Front, palms down. And left foot forward. Legs are straight if comfortable, and then you can drop the chest when you exhale. Head up, arms out to the side, and as you inhale, slowly stretch up. Pull the hands up, push the arms back, look up. And then exhale, straighten the body. And release now. Relax. Down, feet together. Exhale, palms together. Then interlock the fingers, turn the palms away, and then raise the arms up. Pull the hands up and backwards. And then you exhale, bend forward. Keep the hands pulled away initially, and then drop the hands. When you exhale, drop the chest down. Bend the knees, palms down, left foot back. Plank position. Here the body, the left leg is straight behind you. Buttocks down, chest up. Right foot back into the plank position where the body is now in a straight line. Heels, buttocks, shoulders in one line. Shoulders are vertically above the hands. Fingers are spread out. Palms should feel nice and firm, flat and firm. Again, we'll try a couple of rounds of the Chaturanga Dandasana. That's called four-limbed pose. Optionally, you can bring the knees to the floor, or if you want to try, keep them straight. And then bend the elbows, bring the chest close to the floor. Keep the elbows close to the body. And then you can come back. Try it one more time if you can. With the knees down or up, that's your choice. This is the Chaturanga Dandasana. Go slow, no rush. Back to the plank position, and the knees, chest, and the chin down. Release the abdomen to the floor, head up, chest up, and very slowly, elbows straight. Wanting the toes back so we can do the upward facing dog. So lift the knees up, press with the top of the feet. Knees are off the floor. The buttocks are still down. Shoulders roll back. Push the navel kind of forward. Deepen the stretch on the lower back in the process. Knees down. Back to the downward facing dog. Lift the head up, left foot forward. Let's pick the foot between the palms. Keep the right leg straight, push the heel back. Buttocks down, chest up. Right foot forward. Legs are straight, it's comfortable, and then drop the chest when you exhale. Put the head up and then join the hands, interlock the fingers, turn the palms away, all the way out in front against the ears, L shape. And then as you inhale, begin to stretch up. And back. And then straighten the body, release the arms down. And relax now. Couple of easy breaths. Keep the feet together. Exhale, palms together. Inhale, stretch the arms in front, raise them up, but keep the body vertical. Pull the hands up. You're not bending back. Pull the hands up to the ceiling, and then bend the knees now as much as you can. This is the Utkatasana. The knees are bent, feet together, and hands are pulled up, straight up. Knees as far as you can. You stretch the arms straight out in front. Now we'll make the effort to go all the way down into a full squat. Keep the feet as close to each other as you can. Feet are very close to each other. Hands are pulled away. And lower the buttocks all the way down. And then slowly come back up now. And then raise the arms up and push them back now. Push them bend back slightly, arch. And then as you exhale, straighten up and release now. Relax. So we'll do our sequence with the knees now. The first thing we do is the virtual chair. We're going to spread the feet apart and then bend the knees, place the elbows in the knees. Now here the key is to avoid bending forward. So your torso should be up, the thighs become completely horizontal, parallel to the floor. Okay, and then keep the torso up. In this position for a moment. This is, you can call it the virtual chair. And then slowly, just bring the buttocks down into a full squat. This time it will be a bit easier squat because the feet are farther apart now. So once you're in the squat, place the elbows on the inside of the knees, and with the elbows, push the knees away from each other. Come back to the virtual chair again. Torso up. Thighs horizontal. This time the chair is a rocking chair. So you're going to move the knees in front and back. So not up and down. Buttocks are not going up and down, just moving forward and backward. Nice gentle move. Forward, knees in front, knees back. Keep the knees bent throughout. Again, we're not stretching the legs anyway, straight or anything. And buttocks remain same level. They're not going up and down. Knees forward, as far forward as you can, and then bring the back. And finally, pause. And let's lower the buttocks once again down to the full squat. The elbows against the knee outwards. You to grab the ankles, pressing the elbows against the knees. Let's do a just gentle forward bend here. Don't overdo this. This could be intense. Move the hold onto the ankles and just bend forward. And then release and come back up slowly now. Deep knee stretch here. Just soften the knees a little bit. That's the virtual chair variation. Could keep the right foot to the side, completely to the side. Same thing with the left foot. Join the heels together. Feet are exactly 180 degrees apart. Bring the arms out to horizontal. For balance, just do a little up and down move. Very gentle move. Up and down. Keep the knees bent. Go as far down as you can and then come back up. Knees remain bent. And come back up. Release the hands now. Relax. Couple of easy breaths. Feet together. Just want to bend the knees. Place the hands on the knees, feet together, hands around the knees, torso up, and begin to do a few rotations now. Keep the knees bent throughout. They don't straighten up. Keep them bent. You're creating nice rotational move, the knee joint. And pause and reverse the direction. Pause and then come back up. Relax now. Breaths. Place the hands on the waist. Once again, bend the knees. Keep them bent. Similar movement to what we did earlier. Just knees forward, backward. They remain bent. Moving them forward and back. Keep them bent. Up, slowly release and relax now. Easy breaths. Working to loosen up the knees multiple ways. Okay, we will do our practice of the super brain yoga. You remember that? Called super brain now. We used to do that as punishment in our elementary school days. The left hand hold the right earlobe, right hand left earlobe. We'll keep the body straight. We're not bending forward. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, go back to go down to the squat now, all the way. Slow and smooth move, not rushing. Then inhale, come back up. Finish the inhalation, pause. Again, no rush. Movements synchronized with the breath. Exhale. Ujjayi breath will help you keep the breath nice and smooth and slow. And then synchronize the movements with the breath. Exhale, coming down. Ujjayi breath. Inhale, coming up. Let's do a couple more. Whatever feels comfortable. You try to avoid bending forward as you go up and down. Help us to keep the torso very straight, vertical. One more. Release and relax now. The breath here. Knees. Knees, hips, shoulders. 3 areas of concern for a lot of people. Good idea to work on these areas. Okay. Balancing pose. Let's do the Vrikshasana with that the lotus variation. So instead of putting the foot on the inside of the thigh, try to put the foot on top of the thigh. Join the palms together. And then we'll keep the palms in the prayer position, but then bend the knee now as much as you can. Keep the knee bent. We'll work on the knee. Slowly release, come down. Pause, take an extra breath or two. Let's try the other side now. Foot on top of the thigh, as high up as you can bring it. Keep the torso straight. And then bring the palms in the prayer position and bend the knee now. Cannot balance. Keep the torso up. Bend the knee as much as you comfortably can. Here, the spot in front might help. So, don't lie down your abdomen now. Relax. Let's get ready and do the Dhanurasana, bow pose. Forehead down, bend your knees, hold the ankle. And come up. Head up, chest up. Keep the shoulders rolled back. Push the feet back and away into the hands. Lift the knees up higher if you can. Chest up, knees up. Slowly come down, but keep holding on to the ankles. For the second effort, bring the feet together, knees together, and come up. One more time, just a slightly different approach. Different experience. Push the knees, push the feet up, away, back. Lift the knees up. And release them. Come down, relax. Roll over slowly onto your back. And out on your back for a moment. Feet together. Arms all the way back overhead. Nice stretch. Try to pull the hands back and away and point the toes away. Yashtikasana. And as you exhale, come up to a sitting position. For a moment. Want to engage the knees today. That's our goal. Stretch the legs out. The variation of the Janu Shirshasana. Also a variation of the Bharadwajasana. Okay, so in this one, we're going to, because we are working on the knee, we're going to fold the knee, but place the foot on top of the thigh. On top of the thigh. Okay, you can rest your knee on something if you need to. But here, you're going to wrap the left arm behind the back, and then try to grab the effort is to grab the big toe with the hand. Okay, this is where you will need a strap. Like I mentioned, not everyone is going to be comfortable getting to the foot, so you grab a strap. You use the strap, familiar, put the strap in the foot, bring it back, and then hold the strap with the left hand. Okay, left foot, left hand. Right. So now this is going to give a deeper stretch to the left knee because we are putting the foot on top. And then place the left hand on the right hand on the left knee, roll the shoulder back. This is a twisting experience now. And at the same time, deepen the stretch on the knee and the spine, we're going to bend forward as well. Pull the knee in, roll the shoulder back to twist, and then drop the chest as close to the left thigh as you can go. Very gentle movement. Deepening the spinal stretch, abdominal stretch, and a nice stretch on the knee as you go further down. With a deeper stretch on the knee now. And then slowly come back. You turn the body so that your right hand is on the right leg, and then slide the hand away for the Janu Shirshasana variation. Try to drop the chest down as close to the thigh as you can comfortably. That's when you exhale. When you inhale, pull the chin away, lengthen the spine. Same guideline for the Janu Shirshasana all the time. And as you inhale, slowly come back up. Release now. Let's switch sides. This time the right foot on top of the thigh. You rest your knee on a block or a pillow. Again, effort is to wrap the right arm behind the back. And then if you can, grab the big toe on the other side. This is optional. Big toe. If you're not able to do that, you can use a strap. The strap, so you can put the strap in the foot and then hold the strap from behind the back. Hold the strap as close to the foot as you can. Place the left hand on the knee, pull the knee in, roll the shoulder back. And then slowly as you exhale, bend forward. Again, as you bend forward, your chest should line up on top of the thigh because you're trying to close the gap between the chest and the thigh as you bend forward. Make sure your left hip remains on the ground. It's a deep forward bending stretch, knee stretch, spinal stretch. And we'll come back up slowly. Turn the body to the left. So you're now facing the front leg. And then drop the chest on top of that leg. Slide the hand away. As you exhale, drop the chest down. As you inhale, pull the chin away. Lengthen the spine. Keep breathing. And slowly come back up. Leg straight and just bounce the knees a couple of times. We'll repeat that pose we did for the hips. It's also a good pose for the knees, which is called the Agni Stambha. We'll repeat that pose. Agni Stambha is the fire log where you make contact between the ankle and the knee. In this case, I'm starting with my left ankle under the right knee and the right ankle on top of the left knee. The contact is between the knee and the ankle, not the thigh. That's very important for this stretch. This is a deep stretch for both the hips as well as the knees. So you want to be very careful not to overdo it. Okay, be careful. Okay, because what we'll do is to place the hand in front and then start walking the hands away. Okay, as far as you can go. This is where you can start feeling a little deeper stretch on the knees now and the hips. So be very careful. You don't want to get hurt. As you keep going, you can drop the chest on top of the leg and the forehead close to the floor or on the floor. You feel it's a beautiful stretch for the hips and the knees, and of course, when you bend forward, it's a deep stretch for the spine and the abdominal area. And slowly lift your head up and walk your hands back as you inhale. And you switch sides now. Now, place my left knee on the right ankle and right ankle on top of the other ankle on the knee. So ankle and knee, that's the contact here, not the thigh. The foot is not making contact with the thigh, just the knee. Same thing. Be careful. Hands in front. Okay, hands away. Keep the spine lengthened. Bending forward so you can drop the chest on the leg as well as drop the head to the floor if you can. Deep hip stretch, knee stretch. Beautiful spinal stretch because we're bending forward. And you can come back up slowly. Relax. Legs out for the Paschimottanasana. Keep the legs straight. Together, raise the arms up. As you inhale, pull up. Lengthen the spine. And then as you exhale, bend forward. Keep the spine long. And inhale, pull the chin away. As you exhale, you may try to drop the chest down. Keep breathing. Inhale, slowly raise the arms up. Exhale, release. Okay, so yesterday Shweta mentioned a small variation of this which will engage the psoas muscle. We talked about the psoas muscle. So Shweta, you want to demonstrate that?
Yeah, sure. It's a variation of the Paschimottanasana. One second, let me turn on some more lights.
Yes. You okay?
Can you see me clearly?
Let me spotlight, hold on. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, we just want to get to Dandasana and then get to Paschimottanasana.
Mhm.
And once we get here, all we are doing is we are moving the legs one at a time.
So just moving the legs back and forth.
Yeah,
That's it. Okay.
it's very simple.
Nice, simple movement. But what he's saying is one of her teachers told her that this is very good for the psoas muscles. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Yep. Great. Okay. Thank you, Shweta. All right. So let's also have Tanu demonstrate the. So let me just get to the explanation first, and then I'll ask Tanu to show us the full version. So remember, the spinal twist that we do, its name is Ardha Matsyendrasana. Ardha Matsyendra. Ardha means half. So that's the half version of the Matsyendrasana, where what we do is we put the foot on the outside and then fold the other leg under the thigh. Okay? That's and then we do whatever variation we want to try. All right? Now, in the full version, which is not many people are comfortable doing it, that's why most people don't even try that. That engages the knee much more effectively. Okay, so there's a lot of work on the knee because what we are going to do is to, instead of putting the foot under the thigh, we're going to put the foot on top of the thigh. Okay, just like we did earlier in the Janu Shirshasana. Now this is where the knee will get a deep stretch. Now to get into the full version, the first requirement is that you should be very comfortable in the Padmasana. Okay, then only you can try that. Otherwise, you cannot even try that. Okay, so if you're in the Padmasana, this is where the initial effort is. Because what we're going to try to do is to bring the foot on the other side of the knee now, like this. Okay, this is where the challenge is. The hips should remain on the floor. You don't lift the hips up, but the foot on the other side, and then you wrap the arm around and then pull the knee in. Okay, that's the version. And we're going to have Tanu show us the full version. So let me put the spotlight. Okay, go ahead.
So Baji, should I keep the mat this here? This is good.
No, this is
Can
good.
you
Yeah, this is
Okay.
fine. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. Just watch. Again, the foot goes on top of the thigh. That's very important. Right? And the other foot comes on the outside of the knee. Same pose as we do, but the idea is to get into the full version now. So the hips remain on the ground. That's very important. And it's a very deep and tense pose. And that's amazing. Beautiful. Very nice. It's a very difficult pose. And not many people try it because it engages the knee very, very effectively. A little more intense knee movement. Okay, thank you. You can release and do the other side. Very nice. The foot on the other side to wrap the arm around. Yep. One side is a little bit easier than the other.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you, Tanu. Thank you so much. That's so beautiful. Nice to be able to see the full version. And again, try it only if you're very, very comfortable with the Padmasana. Otherwise, you cannot even try this. Okay. So it's a challenging pose. Got that?
Not working for me.
No, it won't. It's a challenging pose. It's a very challenging pose. In any case,
I have a question, Subhash, on
yes.
that. Only one hip on the ground at the time, like because
Both, only one hip. No, both the hips should be on the ground.
okay,
It's very important to keep both the hips on the ground.
okay, thank you.
That's where the challenge of this pose is. Okay. Let's go back to our traditional half, Ardha Matsyendrasana. We'll do that. So even in the Ardha Matsyendrasana, there are, the variations that I've shown. Even they are, kind of intermediate level, some of them. So again, we can try those. So the first, of course, is to hold the knee. That's the first variation. And then, like I mentioned, obviously, we almost always do this, we wrap the arm around and pull the knee and thigh in. So that's one option. That's one variation. But then you can start working on this variation where you'll push with the elbow from outside, make a gentle, push, and then grab the other knee. That's the second option. And then keep the spine up. Both the hips are on the ground. That's very important in all these poses. Hips are on the ground. Okay, so let's give it a try. In any case, push the knee away with the elbow and grab the other knee if you can. Okay, that's the second option. The next option is to go a little deeper into this. So we're going to press with the elbow against the knee. Instead of holding the knee, you hold the big toe on the other side now. Okay, and then press the foot flat onto the ground. Okay, this is much deeper now than the previous pose. So even these options are almost like an intermediate level options. Not everyone is going to be comfortable in these poses. So at least make an effort and then get, kind of make the commitment that you want to keep trying these poses. All right. So whichever option you are comfortable with, do that and then stay there for a moment. Spine is upright, tall, vertical spine. Pull the head up. As you inhale, as you exhale, roll the shoulder back and the thigh pressing against the belly. The hip, right hip especially, pressing very firmly to the ground. Don't lift it up. Look over the right shoulder. Just a little more and release the pose. Come back. Center. Switch sides. Foot on the outside of the knee. Foot flat, knee vertical. Hold the other leg. Again, wrap the arm around the knee. One option. Second is to press the elbow from outside against the knee so you can really deepen the twist. Grab the other knee. Second option, or grab the big toe. That's the third option. Keep the hips down, both the hips, especially left hip. Pressing it down. Torso straight and vertical. As you inhale, pull the head up toward the ceiling to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, roll the shoulder back. Thigh pressing against the belly. Neck turned over to the left side gently. Keep breathing. Just a little more. And we'll release the pose. Come back. In center. Close the eyes and sit in a very comfortable posture now with the eyes closed for the moment of reflection. Reflecting back on our experience so far today. A little more focus on the knees today. So reflect back on how we Allow the mind and body to interact together. We want to maintain a sense of perfect harmony between the mind and body. Not just on the yoga mat, but take that message to our life, day-to-day sequences in life, situations in life. How do the mind and body work together? How do the mind function? Who is driving the mind? Want to sharpen the intellect. So more frequently, it's the intellect which is controlling the mind rather than the ego. And that's where the power of meditation comes in. Practice meditation regularly. Begin to sharpen the intellect. Get ready for the yoga mudra. Let's bring the hands behind the back. Softly hold the right wrist. And as you exhale, bend forward. As far as you comfortably can, stay in the final position for a moment. Keep breathing. Slowly come back up. Please, we're ready for yoga nidra. Deep relaxation through yogic sleep. So let's get ready. As always, if comfortable, get into the boat position. Nauka asana. You need to lift the legs up, head up, only if it's comfortable. And then keep the legs very straight. You point the toes away also. So the legs are straight and strong, toes pointing away. Stretch the arms in front. Spread the fingers wide and tight first. Fist with the hands, tight fists, and rotate the wrists around. Pause. Other direction. Pause. Let's work on the facial muscles. So open the mouth, extend the tongue out, and curl the tongue down toward the chin. Keep the eyes open. So eyes are open, mouth is wide open. And make an effort to tense all the facial and the neck muscles. Keeping the fists real tight, pull the hands away, pull the fists in the direction of the feet. Let's squeeze the buttocks tight. Thighs, knees and the kneecaps are tight. Calf muscles, ankles, point the toes away. And let's try and engage every muscle in the body all together, the entire body all together into a real tight squeeze. Squeeze and let go. Letting go of any tension, fatigue, tightness. Spread the feet apart, almost the width of the mat, hands away, palms facing up, eyes closed. Go through our sequence to relax the body, one muscle, one limb at a time. Let's begin by relaxing the toes. Soles of the feet, heels, ankles, calf muscles, shins, knees and the kneecaps, thighs. Relax the pelvic area, all the abdominal muscles, Visualize and relax the internal organs, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, pancreas. Relax the rib cage, chest, shoulder blades, collarbones. Let's shift the awareness to the hands. Relax the fingers, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders. Very loose, very comfortable. Relax the buttocks, full length of the spine. Relax the muscles in the lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire back. Nicely loose and comfortable. Relax the neck muscles and all the facial muscles. Cheeks, chin, lips, jaws, tongue, teeth, nose, eyes, eyebrows, forehead, top of the head, back of the head. Every muscle, every limb, very comfortably loose and relaxed. Try to become aware of all the points of contact between the body and the floor. With that awareness, just allow the body to sink into the floor. So the body feels that subtle heaviness on the ground. It feels nicely supported by the ground, deeply relaxed. I will enjoy this pose for a moment. Set the intention that as thoughts come up in the mind, you will not pay any attention to the thoughts. Let the thoughts come, they will go away, and you can continue to enjoy this very beautiful states of the body and the mind. Bring the awareness back to the breathing slowly and begin to breathe slightly deeper breaths. Just feel the flow of breath at the tip of the nose. Just follow it for a moment. Then begin to stretch the fingers, curl the toes, stretch the hands, feet, arms, legs. You stretch the whole body so you can bring the feet together, bring the hands back, all the way back, pull the hands away, and point the toes away, and get a nice stretch for the whole body. And then slowly roll to one side. Come back up, sit in a comfortable posture. Let's do some pranayama. Do the same practice, Kapalabhati. Okay, 80 breaths per minute. To the final sequence now. So exhale completely and then apply the 3 bandhas. You're done with the whole sequence, just relaxed, natural breathing. Do one round of Bhastrika now. So we'll keep the same speed, 80 breaths. Starting position. Up, down. Inhale, exhale. Up, down. Inhale, exhale. Throw the arms up, throw the arms down. Keep going. Forcing both inhale and exhale. Final exhalation, and then just natural rhythm of breathing. So, Kapalbhati, only the exhalation is forced. Inhalation is just passive. We just allow it to happen. It happens automatically. In Bhastrika, both inhalation and exhalation are forced. Now we'll do Nadi Sanchalana, where only what is forced in Nadi Sanchalana? Nothing is forced. So it's all very soft breaths. Both inhale and exhale are very soft and gentle, even. They should feel completely alike, both inhale and exhale. So remember, I'm going to play the rhythm here. So start by closing the right side. Every tick is an exhale, an immediate inhale. Okay? Close the right nostril, inhale and exhale, but make sure there is no force at all, no abdominal movement. Every time you hear the tick, that's an exhale. Let's exhale completely. Release the hands, take a few easy breaths. Or Nadi Sanchalana, or rapid breathing. No force. Inhalation and exhalation both are soft and even. Close the left nostril with the ring finger, same movement. Let's the final exhalation, and then get back to your natural rhythm of breathing. Couple of easy breaths. And I will do the same rhythm through both the nostrils now. Every tick is an exhale and immediately inhale. So maintain the rhythm, no belly movement, no force, no abdominal movement. The final exhalation, and again get back to your natural rhythm of breathing. we did all these three, which involve faster breathing. I kept the speed at 80 for all these three, which is roughly what, 6 times more than the normal speed of breathing, 5 to 6 times more. Yeah. Normal breath is 14, 15 breaths per minute, roughly. So we increase the speed for these practices. Now let's get back to our deep breathing practice called Ujjayi Pranayama. Okay, that's now very deep breaths. Full 3-part breathing. So when you inhale, fill the belly out, expand the chest and lift the collarbones up. You exhale, soften the upper chest, then the chest and the suck the belly in then at the end of the whole sequence. Okay, but then at the end of inhalation, we're going to hold the breath and apply the 2 bandhas and exhale only from the left side. I hope everyone remembers the whole practice. Let's do that. Few breaths now. Let's begin with an inhalation through all the nostrils. Full, deep, 3-part inhalation. At the end of the inhalation, hold the breath. Apply the 2 bandhas, Jalandhar bandha and Moola bandha. Chin lock, root lock. As long as you're able to hold the breath. As soon as you have the urge to exhale, release the locks, chin goes up. Close the right nostril with the right thumb. Exhale through the left. Release the hands and continue this whole sequence. So inhale through 2 nostrils, exhale through 1 nostril. Only the left. Let's finish the next round, finish the final sequence, and then release the hands. Back to the normal rhythm of breathing now. A few easy breaths. And then we'll get ready for the Nadi Shuddhi, Anulom Vilom. Vishnu Mudra, right hand, Chin Mudra left. Remember, 1:2 ratio is our key guideline. 3-part breathing in every breath. Ujjayi, soft breaths. Keep going. Let's finish the next round. Finish the final sequence. Final exhalation through the left side. Release the hands. Get back to your natural rhythm now. Regular breaths. So, like I mentioned, we'll today go over the 8 limbs of yoga. I'm assuming all of you are familiar with these 8 limbs of yoga. Is that okay to assume? let me hold on a second. I need to bring up that screen. Just give me a second. Okay. Where is this? Oh. Why is it not showing? It's not showing my. Oh, I see. Oh, I guess you can see it now, right? On the screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, can anybody list the 8 limbs of yoga quickly online? Anybody? What are the 8 limbs of yoga? No?
Asana, pranayama,
Start from the beginning.
yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, dhyana, dharana, pratyahara, samadhi.
Good. Very good. Very nice. So, before we go into that, this is a very, very beautiful and important sutra which introduces the concept of the 8 limbs of yoga. All right. So, I'd like to spend just a couple of minutes on this sutra. Okay. So let's read I'm going to read the sutra first in Sanskrit, and then I'll explain the meaning. Like I said, it's a very beautiful sutra. So it talks. So the sutra goes like this: Yoganga anushtanat ashuddhi kshaye jnana deeptihi a vivek khyate. One more time: Yoganga anushtanat ashuddhi kshaye jnana deeptihi a vivek khyate. All right. So the meaning is that by the practice of these 8 limbs of yoga, in this one he doesn't mention the word 8, he just mentioned the limbs of yoga. By the practice of the limbs of yoga, the impurities dwindle away and there dawns the light of wisdom, leading to discriminative discernment or discriminative wisdom or understanding and knowledge. Okay, so that's what's called the Viveka Khyati. So yoga, of course, is yoga. Anga is the limbs of yoga, yoga anga. Anusthana is the practice. Anusthana is through the practice of. What happens? So, what he's saying is that you start practicing these 8 limbs of yoga, and then this is what happens. As we go through these practices, ashuddhi kshaye. Ashuddhi is what? What's ashuddhi? What's ashuddhi?
Impurity.
You're too far from this microphone, I think.
Impurity. Shuddh means pure. Ashuddh is impure.
Impurities. So here, when we say impurities, what are the kind of impurities that we're talking about?
Impurities of the mind.
It's not easy to hear you. I think you're a little far from the microphone, or it's not loud enough.
Can you hear me better now?
Slightly better, yeah, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. impurities of the mind, like anger,
Very good.
etc. All the bad stuff.
All the bad stuff, all this. They always talk about these 6 impurities. They call them the Shad Ripu. Ripu is an enemy. So Shad is six enemies of the mind. So the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. That's the Sanskrit words for those. So Kama is lust, Krodha is anger, Lobha is greed, Moha is delusion, Mada is arrogance, and Matsarya is jealousy. So these are the 6, they are considered to be 6 enemies of the mind. And of course, we have all other added to it, I mean, very common example is stress and strain and all the other deeper mental situations like anxiety, depression, worries, and guilt feeling. Lots of stuff happens in the mind. Okay, so these are all kinds of the impurities of the mind. And as the process of the 8 limbs of yoga continues, these begin to dwindle away. Kshaya. Kshaya means they start to get eliminated, basically, ashuddhis. Okay, and as that happens, then we are able to see. Remember, we have talked about the 5 koshas. Normally, we are in this kosha where Manomaya kosha, where we are more dominated by the ego. Okay, so that's the main kind of the theme of the practice of yoga, is to diminish the dominance of the ego. And that can only happen when the impurities go down. As long as there are impurities, the ego is very strong and powerful. It can really work around these, it can work through the impurities and cause all kinds of havoc for us. So when the impurities begin to dwindle down, then we get to the deeper layers where we now have that wisdom, the pure intuitive wisdom. So the word used is Jnana Deepti. Jnana is knowledge, that wisdom. Okay, Jnana is that wisdom, pure intuitive wisdom, and Deepti means light. So we now have a glimpse of that light that is shining deep inside us, but because of the cover of the ego, we are not able to see that light. So this is a very iterative process. Okay, the more you practice the 8 limbs of yoga, the more you are able to suppress all these impurities or diminish all these impurities, and you have a better connection with this Jnana Deeptihi, or the light of true wisdom. So this cycle continues. Okay, that's what he's saying. Yoganga Nushthanat Ashuddhi Kshaye Jnana Deeptihi. That cycle continues until when? The word uses A means until. Until finally what do you get? Vivek Khyati. Vivek is pure, the ability to discriminate, Vivek, right? You are able to discriminate between right and wrong, good and bad. Eventually, the discrimination that we want is to understand the distinction between Purusha and Prakriti. What is real, what is unreal, what is the pure consciousness, and what is all this material being. And that is called Vivek Khyati. So everyone kind of understand it. It's a very, like I said, it's a very beautiful sutra which really gives you a deep sense of what we're trying to achieve through these practices of the 8 limbs of yoga. All right? Everyone get a good sense of it? Questions, please ask. And then, these are the 8 limbs of yoga. We already heard these words: yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So yamas and niyamas are the 5 each. Okay, yamas involve guidelines, you can call it the moral or the ethical levels, guidelines for how to interact with others, that's the yamas. Niyamas are similar guidelines for your own self, it's kind of applied to yourself, the 5 of each. Asana is the physical seated posture. So what I'm sitting on, in the posture that I'm sitting on, most of us are sitting on, is the asana part. Okay, it comes from the Sanskrit root word for for asana is as, which means to sit. So asana literally means only a sitting posture. Okay, but then so this is what Patanjali wanted us to do, asana, then sit down comfortably and then do pranayama and then go into the deeper states of meditation, basically. That's all his goal was. But then as as things progressed, what people realized is that, it's good for Patanjali to tell us to sit and meditate for long periods of time, but we are not able to sit comfortably. My limbs begin to hurt. In my case, for example, as I mentioned before, I cannot sit for too long in cross-legged position because my left hip begins to hurt. So when I sit for meditation in my own practice, I sit with my back with my back resting against the wall, and my legs are straight out in front. That's how I've been practicing meditation for a while now, because of my left hip. Okay, so with all these, then what people have to kind of come up with these asanas, which are standing postures, sitting postures, reclining, inverted postures, and all that. But rather than giving a new name for all that, they said, we'll keep the same name, asana. It's okay. Even though it's not seated posture, but we'll still give it the same name. So that's how the whole evolution of these Hatha Yoga practices came up. Asana. But basically, literally, it means the sitting posture. Also, it means the seat that I'm sitting on, asana. So in this case, my mat is my asana. If you sit in a chair, then chair is your asana. All right? So that's asana. Then pranayama is the breathing practices. We are all familiar with that. Pratyahara is the ability to withdraw the senses away from the outside influence. That's pratyahara. Then we get into the 3 stages of samadhi, dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. This is all meditative states. Okay, dharana is the initial focus. Dhyana is the actual state of meditation, which is what we've been practicing mantra meditation, etc. And then finally, that deep state of meditation is called samadhi. Think of it as total absorption, as it says. Okay, so let's very quickly list the yamas and niyamas. All right. So these are the 5 yamas: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. So very briefly, just 2 words about each. We don't want to spend too much time. Ahimsa is not hurting anybody, not causing injury, not harming anyone. And anyone includes people who are other than you, people or anything, all living animals, living entities, even trees and environment, rivers and all that, everything. It includes everything, including yourself. Okay, so not hurting. So how do we hurt ourselves? Quick examples. I think everyone knows that. How do we hurt ourselves? Bad eating, overeating, not eating on time, whatever, lots of stuff. We do that all the time. That's hurting ourselves. How else can we hurt ourselves? Like we gave the example, all these negative emotions that we carry with us, they hurt ourselves. They say, there's a Buddhist saying about anger. It says, anger is like holding on to a burning piece of charcoal in your hand, which the intention is that you want to throw that burning piece of charcoal at somebody else that you're angry at. But guess what's happening? Okay, that's anger. You're hurting yourself more than anything else, more than anybody else. So we hurt ourselves more through all these negative emotions that we listed, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, etc., rather than hurting anybody else. Okay, so that's ahimsa. So we don't want to hurt others as well as ourselves. Let me see if I can feel better with the block. All right. So that's ahimsa, no hurting, no causing injury. And in fact, even though it's not mentioned in any of the scriptures, but ahimsa is the leading cause for people becoming non-meat eaters. They become vegetarians. Okay. The reason is that we don't want to hurt the animals, because when you kill an animal, that's causing a lot of himsa. All right. Satya is truthfulness. That means always telling the truth, always staying in the idea of being truthful to yourself, truthful to others. We tell lies to others, but then we keep telling lies to ourselves also. Okay, same thing. So applies to others as well as ourselves. We don't want to hide anything. We don't want to overstate anything. We don't want to exaggerate anything. All those things come under the concept of truthfulness. Asteya is non-stealing, not making claims on something that doesn't belong to us. And it's not just material claims, and it's not just material stealing. We steal everything. We steal ideas, we steal time, we steal property, peace of mind of others, everything. All right. So that's non-stealing. That brahmacharya is, it says continence. Basically, it means, at the practical level, sexual control, basically, controlling the sexual urges. That's the most common practical meaning of brahmacharya. The literal meaning, of course, is Brahma is the supreme consciousness, the overall consciousness. And charya is char means to live there or to walk there or to stay in that, so staying in that, deep consciousness, basically. That's brahmacharya. But the most common practical meaning is, brahmacharya means to avoid sexual indulgence. That's brahmacharya. Aparigraha is not hoarding, not grabbing onto things, not being greedy, basically. So it's avoiding greed, and at the same time, just meeting your basic needs of life. That's aparigraha. All right. So that's the whole idea of these 5 yamas. So remember the 5 yamas: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha. Right? And at the other end of this is the 5 yamas or 5 niyamas, which is, like I said, they more apply to ourselves. All right? 5 niyamas. So very quickly again, let's not spend too much time. Shaucha, Santosha, Tapas, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana. Ishvara Pranidhana. Okay? Shaucha is cleanliness or purity. Again, the commentators will tell you it's the cleanliness of everything. The physical body cleanliness, the mental, emotional cleanliness, and also all the environmental cleanliness, everything. Okay? So, there is a concept of these 6 cleansing practices, and I'm going to start talking about them from tomorrow on. Remember, in our practice, what we have been doing is we're practicing Kapalabhati. And I mentioned earlier, Kapalabhati in the text called Pradipika, it's actually listed under the category of cleansing practices, Kapalabhati. Another cleansing practice listed there is the practice of Trataka, which is candle gazing. And we're going to do that tomorrow. So tomorrow keep a candle handy. All right, I've already mentioned that in my email. So that's the cleansing practices. So there are 6 of these, and they really help us cleanse the entire physical structure. Okay, so that's why we do these cleansing practices. And how about mental cleansing? That's where all the garbage is, mental cleansing. Most garbage is in the mind. Okay, so yeah, we have to keep that in mind. So the practice of yamas and niyamas itself is a very cleansing practice. Following the guidelines of these yamas and niyamas will actually cleanse your mind. That's very important. That's cleansing. And then santosha is contentment. Be happy, contented with what you have. But that doesn't mean you don't strive for more. That's not the idea here. You strive for whatever you can, you want to achieve. But be happy, contented with what you get as an outcome of all your efforts. That's contentment. That's santosha. It's a very great theme in the Bhagavad Gita also. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Some of you have heard that phrase. That shloka. That be happy with what you get. Your job is to understand what your rules are, what your responsibilities are, and do those to the fullest of your capacity. But then be happy with what you get as an outcome of all your efforts. That's santosha. Tapas is austerity or putting yourself, the way I understand it is, tapas is to put yourself through some measured hardship, so that you can become tough, you can become more sturdy both mentally and physically. Okay, and what that gives us is the ability to withstand all the dualities of life that we are thrust with, all the dualities of life. Okay, hot and cold, thirst and hunger and thirst, and honor and dishonor, happiness and sadness, all those dualities. Okay, that's tapas. Okay? So, this commitment to do these 21 days of practice is a tapas, because this is outside of your comfort zone in general for most of us. Okay? Swadhyaya is self-study or study of the scriptures. So we study the scriptures to understand the true essence of who we are. That's what the scriptures will tell us, give us a better understanding of how we function, why we function the way we do, etc., etc. And then applying those concepts to ourselves to understand our own inner being, self-study, swadhyaya. Also done through, like things like mantra recitation that we do, all these are means to eventually develop that self-understanding. Okay? And the final of the 5 niyamas is the Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender. Surrender to who? Ishvara. Ishvara is a kind of a term which closely or loosely resembles the English word God. Okay? But Patanjali has given a very precise definition of Ishvara. So to really understand what God means in the context of the Yoga Sutras, you have to look at his definition carefully. Okay, so we're not going to go through that right now, but it's related to being a very special kind of a Purusha. Purusha is the pure consciousness. Okay, and then you understand the importance of that Ishvara or God, and then let go of your own ego, surrender to that Ishvara as being that supreme being, or being that most clean, most pure being, So that Ishvara Pranidhana becomes a sense of surrender where you begin to accept things as they are. Okay, accept what you have. And like I mentioned, even for Santosha, we don't understand that we don't strive for anything harder. We don't strive for anything bigger. Yes, we do. We can set goals. We can strive for more. Okay, but then whatever you receive as an outcome of your efforts, surrender it to God. Okay, this is what I need. I mean, this is what I have. I'm perfectly happy with what I get. Next time, I may need to strive a little harder. That's fine. I'll do that. Okay. So acceptance of what we have is a part of the surrender to God. There's also an element of bhakti or devotion. So people who are more devotionally oriented, Ishwar Pranidhana would lead them to more devotion. Okay, so it depends on your own individual perspective of what Ishvara Pranidhana means. All right? So those are the 5 yamas and 5 niyamas. And then we talked briefly about all the 8 limbs. We talked about meditation on the very first couple of days. So I think we have covered these 8 limbs to some extent, very, very briefly, you think of it as a 10,000-foot view or 30,000-foot view. Nothing very, very deep. But this is where I always strongly recommend that please make an effort to become familiar with the Yoga Sutras. It's a very, very beautiful text. Little hard to understand at times, but then once you start getting into it, you'll become aware of the beauty and the depth that it provides, and how beautifully it applies to our day-to-day life, and making our life much more, eventually more joyful, more fulfilling. That's what we are all hoping for. All right, anybody have any final thoughts, comments, or questions on what we talked about today? Was it helpful in any way?
Subhash, is there a recording of your Yoga Sutra?
Oh yeah,
classes?
yeah. Full recordings are there. The session that I presented in the past, yeah, I have full recordings of those. If you want, you can just send me a note. Okay, let's close the eyes. We'll do our closing sequence. Let's recite Om once now. Inhale. Join the palms together for the Shanti mantra. Inhale. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead me from unreal to the real, darkness to light, from the fear of death to the knowledge of immortality. Peace, peace, peace. Rub the palms briskly. Cover the eyes with the palms softly. Release the hands, join the palms again, raise them up, and as you exhale, bend forward. Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. I bow down with respect to all my gurus, my teachers. A special tribute to our Guru Patanjali. And slowly come back up. Thank you all. Namaste. Have a great rest of the day. See you bright and early tomorrow. Great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Henry. Uday. Shweta.